There's a gate at the end of West Lee Avenue that opens into another world. Step through and Weatherford traffic fades behind birdsong and the hush of falling water. This is Chandor Gardens, the secret grounds where an English portrait painter turned Texas limestone into living art. The story starts in 1936 with artist Douglas Chandor and his new bride, Ina Kudeman. Douglas painted presidents and princes, but he dreamed in soil and stone. When Ina's family gave them 3 weed-choked acres in Weatherford, Douglas called it his biggest blank canvas. He blasted rock with dynamite, hauled boulders by hand, and declared, "We planned the garden first, then tucked the house into it." He mixed English cottage paths with moon-gate arches from ancient China, stitched them together with roses, wisteria, and 1,000 shades of green. He named the place White Shadows, a love letter you could walk through. Follow the flagstone, and you enter a series of outdoor rooms. The courtyard, sunlit columns, antique climbing roses, a 3-tiered copper fountain, humming like a low waltz. The Dragon Fountain, bronze Chinese lions spitting water through Coke bottle glass and marbles Douglas cemented in by hand. Proof an artist's playfulness can outlast the decades. The Moon Gate, a perfect circle framing maples and azaleas like a moving painting. Step through and luck, peace, and happiness are carved into the stone. The Bowling Green, emerald turf sunken between stone walls, where 1940s cocktail parties once clinked and croquet balls rolled at dusk. And then the crescendo, Cox's Mountain, a 30-foot man-made waterfall funded by Ohio Governor James Cox after Douglas painted his portrait. The roar still echoes across the koi ponds Douglas never got to finish. He died in 1953, just before the water flowed. Ina kept the garden open until her own passing in 1978. Then, silence settled in. Ivy devoured statuary, koi ponds silted, and locals whispered about the secret garden sleeping in the shadows. In 1994, Melody and Chuck Bradford bought the ruin they'd loved as kids and spent a decade clearing brush, replanting beds, and finishing Douglas's unfinished dreams. Yes, including that waterfall. The city of Weatherford took the baton in 2002, protecting the garden forever and adding just enough modern touch to keep it blooming. Walk the paths today, and you see an artist's fingerprints everywhere. A Latin love note to Ina etched in mortar, a stone dragon masking a plumbing line, a silver garden planted to shimmer in moonlight. Chandor Gardens is a lesson in patience. 16 years to build, 16 years asleep, and now an eternal invitation to wander. It shows that creativity isn't bound to canvas or clock. It can live in every brick you lay and every seed you press into earth. So come, stand under the cedar elm where sunlight falls like stained glass. Cross the arched bridge and watch koi trace lazy circles in the lily pads. Let the waterfall mist your face and imagine Douglas smiling, pipe in hand, pleased that strangers still lose themselves in his living masterpiece, ready to prove that art and love can outgrow time itself. If this stroll through Chandor Gardens gave you a breath of fresh wonder, share it with someone who could use the same escape. A quick like tells the algorithm and me that the story mattered. And if you'd like to keep more hidden Texas adventures blooming on this channel, consider following or even subscribing for just $1 a month. Every bit fuels the next shoot I squeeze in after my day job. Stay for one more treat. An original song woven from the garden's fountains, cicadas, and moongate echoes. Let it carry you down the paths one last time. And thanks for walking them with me.
Quiet gate, iron lace, whispers on the vine. Wisteria paints the evening air with lavender and wine. Paintbrush world of sunlight, dreamer's careful hand. He signed his love in rose and stone across this Texas land.
Every path is humming with the footfalls of a bride.
Every chord remembers stars, the ripple in its tide. Step through the moon gate, feel your heart beat slow. Gardens never die, they only learn to grow. Petals hold the story's rain, forgot to say. Moon gate, heartbeat, carry me away.
Dragon laughs in marbled glass, fountains dare to rise. Buddha in the ivy keeps the secrets in his eyes.
Water climbs the mountain that a promise built in stone. Even shadows bloom whenever lovers walk alone.
Copper sounds of memory in every splash of blue.
Time is just a gardener, it prunes but can't undo. Step through the moon gate, feel your heart beat slow. Gardens never die, they only learn to grow. Petals hold the story's rain, forgot to say. Moon gate, heartbeat, carry me away. Rose gold dusk ringing wind chime ghosts. Douglas smiles in the cedar shade, counting all his host. Hands that save the dream. Bradford roots and Weatherford rain lifted every bloom again.
Step through the moon gate, let your heart beat soar. Love engraved in limestone lives forevermore.